What is good, Nio family? It's your boy Ray-Jay back with another video, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the one and only Nio and why I'm extremely bullish for the near-term and long-term future. I'm going to talk about what on earth the news is saying and what I expect Nio to do for the upcoming years. I'm going to give you guys my date for when I think Nio is going to break $200 towards the end of this video. But before I do get started about anything, I do have to mention that I'm not a financial legal or taxation expert, so I don't take this as financial legal or taxation advice. Everything in this video is solely for entertainment purposes only. And also, if you guys can, please smash that like button if you want to see movies like this on screen, benefits the entire Nio community as a whole. With all that said and done and out of the way, guys, let's get on with the video. So again, Nio from the one-day chart, we could see that Nio had a very, very good run. It started off at $38.12 a share, ran all the way up to $40.84 a share, up over 3.63% for the day. It was basically a very, very straight upward trend for the most part, if you do zoom out just a little bit. And that looked really, really good from a very macro perspective. But if we look at many indicators, we can see it from a Bollinger standpoint. We touched the upward side many, many times, which shows Nio does have room to run up. But unfortunately, there is some news that came out that does show that this run up may be a little bit shortly lived, but Nio does still have insane potential right after. But I'm going to talk about that in just a few minutes. But before I do talk about that, let's just look at what can be playing out now. The 1 month perspective is showing something very interesting from the MACD. We could say that the MACD basically flipped once again just a couple of weeks ago, and it's basically indicating that Nio has really, really good, moves coming up. It's going to continue to run up, but I do see a little bit of downside coming up to Nio, unfortunately, just for the next week or so, because of something bad that just came out, and that's the fact that Nio has seen a very significant drop in its deliveries as supply chain issues really, really hurt the company. Unfortunately, Nio delivered 3,667 vehicles in October, down more than 65% from September. The company said deliveries were significantly impacted by reduction in production volume as a result of restructuring and upgrading the manufacturing lines and the preparation of new products. Now, unfortunately, yeah, this is a sad piece of news that did happen, but that's not necessarily something that I think is going to be very, very bad. I think that Neo has insane potential to recover from this very, very soon. And but because this news did come out, guys, this can cause Neo to just drop a little bit. And even if that does happen, I don't expect it to be too bad. Neo was impacted by the global semiconductor shortage and also the global chip shortage, whatever you guys want to call it. It's been pretty tough. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm still very, very bullish for Neo. And I'm going to talk about why in about a minute. But I do want you guys to know about this. It's very important that I stay non biased. I don't just tell you good news, but I have to tell you the truth, which involves good things and bad things that can happen here and there. So if Neo were to drop, and I'm going to go over the possible scenario. Let's bring up the 1 month chart, for instance, and then I could actually do something right over here. Let me bring up a drawing and draw a Fibonacci retracement chart just for you guys. We start from this low and go up to this high. We can see the levels of support and resistance that Neo has. So I personally think that because Neo entered that bullish cycle, and because of this right over here, the fact that it was reported that um the Neo Day is going to be on December 18th, 2021, which is going to be absolutely huge, guys. And I think that's going to cause Neo to have an upward trend leading up to that date. But before that, before we get to December, we have to get past November. So the first week or so of November may not be that great for Neo. And I could be wrong. Neo might just continue to keep on, going up. But because of this bad piece of news that came out from the fact that Neo's deliveries are a little bit down just for the month of October, that could cause Neo to drop just a little bit. Now, what that means is Neo could drop a little bit, and the lowest I see this thing possibly going to is the really, really strong support it has right over here around the mid $38 range to 39. Somewhere within that range is the lowest I can see Neo going, because I do think it's going to have lots and lots of support, and a lot of people are going to start buying it, especially as the big news is coming out. But even if it drops a little bit lower, I don't think it's going to last long. I think eventually Neo is going to recover very, very quickly. Now, I'm going to talk about that right now in 1 second, and I do want you guys to look at this, okay? Whenever Neo has its Neo days, Neo has some big announcements that come out, and those help Neo absolutely go parabolic. There's a lot of hype that comes out. Neo Day is huge. So if you look at last Neo Day, what happened the last time Neo had its big, big, big announcements that came out? We saw this thing run all the way up to $66 a share. My point being, Neo has insane potential. absolutely insane potential. And when Nio Day comes, it's going to be absolutely awesome for Nio as a company, and leading the hype and the FOMO leading up to it is going to be absolutely insane. So I think what I think is going to happen is December 18th is coming. And as soon as we hit December, that's when Neo is going to start exploding. We may even see Neo go all the way as high as the 50s again. And that's most likely what I think is going to happen. We should see Neo hit $56 very, very soon. And Neo Day is just about a month and a half away from today. A little more than that, but around a month and a half. And after Neo Day, I mean, I see this thing absolutely going insane. So the Motley Fool did announce that we saw some good news. Neo has a market cap of $65 billion, and it's still not reporting a profit yet, but there's a lot of enthusiasm building up. As the Multifool said, they did deliver 150% more vehicles than they did last year in the first 9 months. Now, even though there was a bit of a drop in October, people are saying that that's not all there is to it, and that the global supply of auto parts is not Neo's fault. And I totally agree with that. But remember, just because there are things that happen out of Neo's control, it doesn't mean it's not going to affect the share price. So I just want you guys to be prepared. I'm not saying I don't believe in Neo. I'm simply saying that you have to be prepared for news like this. But at the same time, guys, this could affect Neo for just maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, and I think it's going to be very short-lived. I think eventually Neo is going to have a big recovery. We're going to see Neo do absolutely well. Now, the media is reporting it very strange. They're saying that X-Peng deliveries triple. XPEV near to buy point, and Li Auto sales double while Neo tumbles. Yeah, they could say that all they want, and I totally understand if they're gonna say that Neo's deliveries are falling just from October alone, but you have to look at the entire quarter. You have to look at the entire year, as they are still up 150% in deliveries for the first 9 months. Now, to me, and I just want to let you guys know that Neo is going to get more exposure leading up to December. We're not there yet, so Neo could see a little bit of downside before bouncing right back up. And I do think that we should see Neo back in the 50s quite easily towards the middle of December, leading up to their big Neo day. And I definitely see this company making insane, awesome moves very, very soon. Now, what's going to happen in the long term future? Now, no one knows exactly what's going to happen, but what I think is going to happen is by next year, if I'm gonna be bullish, if Neo has huge pieces of news coming out, we could see Neo even approach $100 at $80 at the very least. And once it breaks past 80 to 100, we're gonna see it in the hundreds, most likely by the end of 2022. And then it can run up and keep on running up from there. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Neo at $200 by 2023. Now, 2023 seems very, very far away, but it's actually not, because we're actually very close to the start of 2022 right now. We're almost at the end of 2021. So I do see Neo going to over $200 by the year 2023 if you give the company the time it needs. But once again, I can't promise anything, so take it with a grain of salt and just never, ever give up. So, anyways, we're in Neo for the long term, not the short term. We see insane potential in this stock. And if you give this company the time it needs, oh boy, it's going to pay off. So I can't give financial advice, but I'm just putting it out there for entertainment only. Neo has insane potential. Thank you for listening, guys. Have a great rest of the day and be prepared for whatever happens. We are strong. We do not let our emotions get the best of us, and we keep on pushing forward. Thank you. And Neo is going to the moon. And peace out.